Microsoft's best AI feature is hiding in plain sight. Microsoft may already have the killer AI feature it desperately needs. Almost nobody is talking about it. Microsoft isn't talking about it nearly enough, and worse, they aren't moving fast enough to turn it into what it could become. It's the Microsoft Foundry Model Router. Most AI applications still make a fairly crude decision. Pick a model and send everything to it. Use an expensive frontier model for every request, and you waste a fortune. Use a cheaper model, and eventually it gets handed something it can't reliably handle. Developers can build their own routing logic, but then they're trying to predict which tasks require more intelligence, which is a difficult problem in itself. Microsoft's router handles that decision dynamically. It examines the full request, including system instructions and conversation history. It estimates the task's type and difficulty and then selects the most appropriate model from an approved pool. Simple work can be routed to smaller, faster models, while difficult reasoning or complex orchestration can be escalated to a more capable model. You can tell it to favor cost, quality, or a balance between the two. You can limit it to an approved subset of models. You can preserve your data zone requirements, see which model was actually selected, and get automatic failover when a model has a problem. With most supported models, you don't even have to deploy each one separately. Your application calls one endpoint, and Microsoft handles the rest. That should be a killer feature that every company should explore, particularly today. Microsoft is uniquely positioned to become the trusted routing layer. It already has the enterprise relationships, Azure control plane, security boundaries, and a growing catalog of models from multiple publishers. Instead of asking businesses to bet on one model company, Foundry lets them bet on Microsoft's ability to select the best model. That's a real moat. But Microsoft is not pressing this advantage nearly hard enough. Much of the interesting cross-provider story is still stuck in preview. The stable pool is heavily weighted toward OpenAI, while routing support for Claude, DeepSeek, and Llama is still marked preview. Claude models also require separate deployment, and Foundry Agent Service currently restricts tool-enabled router flows to OpenAI models. Then there is the model lag. Microsoft says the router adapts, but GPT 5.6 is already here and still isn't in the documented pool. A product whose purpose is to choose the best available model cannot afford to trail the frontier. If models arrive late, it becomes a selector from yesterday's menu. It is also currently deployable in only East US 2 and Sweden Central. This is hardly the broad platform capability this should eventually become. Despite how strategically important this could be, Microsoft barely talks about it. It feels like an interesting checkbox rather than a new architecture. The future isn't developers choosing one permanent model. Models are advancing too quickly. The model should increasingly be a runtime decision. Microsoft seems to have understood that early. Now they need to stop treating it like a feature and start treating it like the platform. Now is the time to lean in.